one piece of bacon with between my teeth. Get it.
Oh, I don't take that. All right, let's see if we can find it.
Let's see, where are we? You live yet?
It's on my phone.
We are live. Oh, that's the last time. Why can't I pull it up? Do I need to refresh this thing?
Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Here.
Oh, here, now I got it up here.
Top
I've got 22 people in here.
Right there.
All right, Jimmy Glass Jr. Yes, we are all good here. Let's see.
We are good. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know Vic was in here.
All right,
I don't
I'm
think
back.
he was earlier. He is now.
Holy shit. That was horrible.
All right.
Yeah, it bugged out for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was weird.
something's up with the interwebs.
The Wi-Fi's. Oh, so you want
Alex
to do?
Estrada.
Let's see.
Hello.
Hopefully,
We're back.
Is
You'll be back.
Theo back in?
No, I'll look for his
Dumb question. Does Hasport stand for Honda Acura
sport.
Motorsports?
Sort of.
By
So let's talk about how it
LOL
actually
sport
got
was
its
already
name.
taken.
A long time ago in a valley far, far away.
No, it was
The
actually
valley
just
is
like
right
down the
here.
street,
Yeah.
about a quarter mile that way,
Oh, okay.
half mile that way.
So originally, Honda Auto Salvage was my brother's business. HAS, Honda Auto Salvage, was my brother's business, and he had a company called HAS Motorsports that he used to purchase race products from like AEM and a few other companies because that's how he was supporting his racing. He had a CRX he was racing. I went to work for him, and we started doing performance stuff because I enjoyed that a lot more than the salvage art stuff. But I didn't want to use the name HAS Motorsports because I thought it wouldn't look good on a windshield banner. You couldn't read it. So I changed the name to Hasport, HA Sport, Honda Acura Motorsports. So I used to tell everybody Honda plus Acura plus Motorsports is how you come up with Hasport. But it was basically me looking for something that had a cleaner look than HAS Motorsports.
Yeah, okay.
And I wanted it unique as well, because you would see any 2 letters or 3 letters in front of Motorsports, you would see that everywhere.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that was unique, so that's why I came up with that with Hasport. Anyway, that's how it happened.
The new Honda Prelude sucks. Changed my mind. No,
There he is.
no need to.
Jezza, yes we did.
They already sold out in Japan. I don't think they're worried about it.
By the way, the first kit I ever made was for the AF Civic and CRX, for the first gen. That was the first kit I made.
What, for what?
We sold for 84.7
84.7 Civic.
B swaps. That was the first mount kit we manufactured
For the B swap.
for the B swap.
Oh.
Yeah, because originally what happened was we were selling place racing stuff,
Right, I remember that.
but I was asking them to sell me
Yeah.
just the metal parts without they would bond the urethane, and I don't like that
Yeah.
because I wanted to have Crescent urethane. So when we started doing it, I didn't want to compete with them because we were buying stuff from them. And I'm
Right.
like, I don't want to compete with you guys. But then they just never shipped us product. So eventually my brother said, screw it, we're in the mountain business. So I pulled a CRX in and
Yep.
designed them for the 8891, and then we were selling for everything. And we did the 92.5, and then we did the
Out on the back.
H-swap.
Out on the back wooden
on the
bench.
back wooden bench
in the back.
with
behind
the
the
one
trailer.
left out there.
Behind the trailer.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I would build all the wiring harnesses at night while listening to Loveline.
What?
Adam Carolla and
Oh,
Dr.
the-
Drew.
okay.
They did Loveline from 10:30 till
Okay.
2:30.
We went super late.
10:30 till midnight or 12:30. Anyway, I would. Carter would go to bed. He was just a little kid. He was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I would just go out in the garage, pull out all my harnesses that I'd get out of the salvage yard,
Yeah.
and build
So
you know, conserving her.
stripping stuff
Yeah.
out and,
Yep,
Yeah.
rebuilding them.
right,
That was the thing.
that was a long time ago.
28 years ago.
Second kit went in Vic's car, he said.
Yeah.
The second kit for the B series in the AF.
Yeah.
That went
You got
into
the
Vic-
second one. That's
that
one.
went into Vic's car.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, someone just said, would you guys ever K-swap an early Mustang? So, across the parking lot from us currently.
Speaking of that, that's what Joe wants to do.
That's what we're talking about. No, he's doing it.
Oh,
It's literally
It's
in,
over at,
oh,
it's in Devin's
Devin's
shop
shop
right
right
now.
oh, okay.
in fact, Joe just texted me and he wants my dry sump for the K series so that he can, because he's having difficulty clearing the subframe.
Subframe.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's like, I'll buy your dry sump. I'm like, cool.
Okay.
So,
So wait, Devin Worldgrave?
no, no.
Something like that.
Devin,
GSK Fab.
GSK Fabrication. He does roll cages and drift
Oh,
car stuff
okay.
and things like
Turbos. He does
But he's
everything.
a lot of-
if it's
that.
metal,
He
he'll
repairs
have it.
wheels.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He
It's
does
got-
jet boats. He does.
Yeah.
He does everything.
He does custom
welding.
fabrication.
Where did I put my water?
What are you doing blocking the TV? Get out of the way, man.
What?
What?
You just go get another one.
Then I gotta put another one in.
Ah, jeez. Man.
Let's see.
Life is tough sometimes,
Yeah.
Aaron.
Wham! As my dad would tell me.
Yeah. Can I call you a wambulance?
Here.
We got a rod knock tore down the D16Y8 while the car was
Uh-oh.
with the girdle is still on. I'm on the right path. So what should be next?
Hmm.
Are you gonna? Did you damage the crankshaft? Because you did. You
Well,
need a new crank.
Yeah. Check.
Yeah. If you got a rod knock, then
Yeah.
then once you get under there, you should be able to see evidence of where you damaged the rod bearing. Usually it starts oozing out between the crankshaft and the rod.
Yeah.
Or you have a rod that's like just a little bit of play in it and shouldn't have any play in it. So then you can take a look at it and see if there's any scoring on the crankshaft. If there is, you need a new
He said he
crankshaft.
caught it very early, he thought.
What?
Thinks he caught it very early.
Ow.
Okay, it's very possible there's no damage to the crank. In which case you might need a new rod because you may have the rod may not be the right size, so you may need to have that fixed. That means you're gonna have to take the head off in order to get the piston out the top. And then from there you need to do your bearings, and that it's a street car, daily driver type of thing. You can probably just use crush gauge to figure out
Yeah.
your clearances and stuff
Right.
like that. And,
Yeah.
and you might be able to put the same size bearing in, but maybe not. I mean, you may have stretched your rod bolt and that may have caused a problem, or it may be an oiling problem.
Yeah. Just need to check all the rod journals and see what they look like. Make sure there's no scoring.
Yeah, if you got one bad, others may be going bad.
Yeah. So check them all.
In which case you may wind up checking the crank too, which would be pull the engine.
That's weird. Usually you just say case swap it.
That was plan B.
That's true.
If he has to find a crank, it's K-swap it, 'cause it's probably
Yeah,
easier than
you
finding
gotta
a
find a
crank first.
crankshaft.
You see
Find the
this
engine stuff.
EG95 got a 95 Civic installed AP1 from S2000. They can't get the speedometer to work.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure if he means
Oh, the AP1 cluster?
the
from
cluster.
SC10?
I'm guessing he means the
Yeah.
cluster in there. So
Probably not pulsing the same amount.
yeah, didn't say what engine you're using in there, but yeah, the S2000, there's something you have to do to them to put that in there to get it to work with the.
So we gotta assume then, okay, so here's, like a 95 Civic, the signal for the vehicle speed is coming from the differential. And the differential pulses 400 times a mile.
Yeah.
In a newer transmission, probably like the AP1, it's counting the teeth on the on third gear as they go by. So it's probably pulsing roughly 4,000 to 4,400 times per mile.
Uh-huh.
So what winds up happening is you need to be able to scale that back. So you need like a speedo healer or a Dakota Digital Universal Speedometer interface, something along those lines, in order to reduce the numbers so that it's correct for your vehicle speed sensor.
I think he's.
What?
I
Did I
think it's
answer
also
one question?
K swapped.
Huh?
I think it's also K swapped.
Oh,
No, it doesn't matter. It's the transmission causes the problem.
Yeah, I know. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Sorry.
what else?
It says he's using a K converter, but does not connect,
Huh.
or does not detect.
Does not detect. Interesting.
We've never done one of those before or anything.
We've never
so-
used those particular products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
The only one
think
I've ever used is the Dakota Digital.
Yeah. I don't
He had trouble with his, but
That was different.
yeah, but I was able to run it on the J series engine we had with no problem.
Did you ever use that one of mine for something?
It's sitting somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably with my other one.
Yeah, wherever that is.
Yeah. I think they're in my my filing cabinet behind my
Okay.
desk. There's a bunch of kind of random shit in there.
Somebody was saying, I was reading this book called Honda K Swaps by Aaron Bunk.
Oh yeah.
I
wrote the foreword
I
in
was
that.
talking to my friend. Okay, it's saying you get a bit in the book.
Yep.
You wrote the foreword in it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I remember that book. I got it
Yeah.
somewhere.
I have too. Yeah, I advised here and there. So, Aaron's a
I
good
remember
friend.
coming by the shop for a little while to do some
Aaron
research
has
and
come
look
by.
at stuff.
Yeah.
It was way back in the day when I first
He
started
did the
working there.
CRZ thing for Honda tuning article on that. He's done a bunch of articles.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Do we e-tune Honda? We don't do any kind of tuning,
No, we don't tune.
No.
We probably should learn how, but we don't.
but no. And that's definitely not a service we would offer. I don't want to be responsible for anybody else's build ever. I know enough tuners to know that they hate tuning and that they still do it. I don't want to ever tune another person's car.
Interesting.
It always just sounds like, it's like it's not a pain in the butt being responsible for my own poor decisions in building a car.
Yeah.
Not saying that everybody's poor decisions actually result in a bad car in any way, but it ends up being a lot of extra work. I could never be a tuner. Because it's like being a mechanic at the same time most of the time, it seems like.
Well,
You know?
theoretically, it shouldn't be. I mean, it should be.
Well, theoretically, it shouldn't be,
I
but-
know, but I mean, like you're right. I mean, it's like one of those things where you should have people bring their car.
Yeah.
It should be mechanically sound in every way possible for you
Yeah.
to do the tune-up, but it
Yeah, you
never,
see
it
that
never
now.
is.
It never is.
It never
Joe,
is.
that's why
And we're
Joe
not-
stopped tuning.
Yeah.
That's why Joe stopped
I
tuning, because
know.
he was tired of solving people's problems.
Well, but again, there are tuners out there who do stuff. The one I can think of is
Tim Kelly.
Tim,
Yeah.
but there are other ones that are like, for example, on newer cars, the
Mhm.
FK8s and the Civic SIs and
Yeah.
stuff, who they don't work on the cars. They bring them into their shop, they do the tune, and then
Yeah.
they're off, and they will not work on the
Are
car.
they really a tuner then?
Well, he does a whole bunch of them. I'm thinking of Rob back east. I can't think of Rob's IMW something, whatever it is. But he's
Yeah.
he's always. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what he does, and he gets people come back. They bring their cars from several
Good
states
deal.
over for him to do the tunes. But he doesn't work on them like mechanically.
Theo, we were waiting for you to come back.
Right, Theo?
Yeah, remember he had that.
He had
question.
given Supercharger there, or whoever it's called.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who gave us. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So just picked up a 2010 Honda Accord with 18,000 miles on it
What?
in the
The
rear.
2012.
No, you're reading the wrong. You're
Oh.
reading the wrong. It's
Oh.
Theo. New
The
one.
Theo?
orange one.
Who?
Orange.
Oh,
Theo right
orange
there.
Theo
Theo.
down the bottom.
Did you guys already talk about my 2012 Accord Auto to 6-speed swap? The stream
Oh.
was
No.
dead.
No, go ahead and ask your question again.
Yeah.
And as soon as we see it pop up, Theo, we'll circle back and answer. Give us a
Yeah.
few minutes. But yes.
Oh, I have his question right here.
Oh, you have his question? Perfect.
I have a 2012 Honda Accord EXL 2.4 liter K24 Z3. I did an auto to manual swap, reverse light wired up, reverse lockout wired up, trying to figure out my speedo sensor with auto ECU. Pinout V16.
I don't remember what pinout is off the top of my head because I would have to go get a manual, which aren't in this shop right now. But it's the same. It's a countershaft speed sensor pinout, whichever one that is. That's one you want to used for the, I'm sorry, let me back up here. So on automatic, the ECU actually gives the signal out. It actually outputs a signal. So I'm not really sure what we do that. What do we do with the TSX? That was an earlier generation, so it was easier. Gosh. Yeah, the 2010 Accord is the later model stuff, and that uses a totally different ECU architecture. I would have to look and see if there's a speed output from the ECU to the cluster, or it may be putting it out on CAN. I'm not totally familiar with that particular thing, with how that works. What year was that?
2012.
2012, yeah. So yeah, I'm not really familiar with that. I'd have to look at an ECU at a manual and see what's up. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, 2012 model.
D-Rob. D-Rob IMW in PA. Thanks, EK3 Mike. He's the one who does the tuning. That's all he does.
Oh.
Tuning. He doesn't do any mechanical stuff. You know, that's
Just
tuning. I mean, that's all he does. I mean,
Mhm.
and he can't keep up. You know,
that must be nice, honestly.
2006 CRV 5-speed. What is another direct swap to replace a case or transmission? I mean, there's no direct swap because the mounts are different. So I'm assuming you have a 2006 CRV with a 5-speed.
Element.
Yeah,
Just
except
pick a rare
except it
transmission.
uses a counter shaft speed sensor, so you don't do that conversion.
Okay, I guess yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
that would be
direct
the
swap.
one.
I was thinking bolt-in.
Yeah,
direct.
it would bolt in
But
directly.
it's gonna be way easier to find anything out of a CRV.
Yeah.
Than it would be out of an element.
Yeah. I mean,
Elements are
there's a
unobtainium.
bunch of CRV transmission now available from Europe. I think they're like $1,500, which is going to be the same price as any K series transmission. We basically rebuilt ours. We took the guts from RSX and slapped them inside our CRV transmission, and then used the shifter too, so we had a 6-speed.
Can you make a J-swap CRV all-wheel drive RD1? Yes, both auto and manual. You could, in theory.
CSS is wired stock on the 02 to 4
Okay, never mind.
CRV. Go
No, go ahead and answer what you're gonna answer.
well, Theo, somebody is responding to Theo's question about the Speedo. Acura LRV 82 has answered his question about the CSS is wired.
Okay. Do you want me to move on to something else?
Yeah, you can do whatever. You ask the questions, I'll stop reading.
You can keep reading. I was just asking if you had anything.
Ask.
RD1J swap for all-wheel drive. Think it's possible?
RD1 J swap all-wheel drive.
So, auto, yes.
Manual?
Manual,
Yeah,
that
they're expensive.
transmission- Yeah.
Is it
that-
big, I assume?
The transmissions are, that's possible too. The only thing I haven't checked out to make sure it would all work, and I do want to do this by the way, the only thing I haven't checked down is the drive ratio for the rear end. I don't know if it's compatible so that it would work properly, because
Yeah.
the way CRVs work is the front wheel drive the car at a certain speed and the back wheels freewheel until the front wheels start to spin. So
Slid.
the gear ratio is slightly different. And that's when the viscous
Viscous,
coupler
right.
takes over, is
Yep.
when the front end is spinning too fast for the rear end.
Right.
So when it's spinning slower, basically, the back end freewheels. So, and it has to do with the fact that they have slightly different gear ratios. So the question is, how are the gear ratios on the J? Are they
Not just-
compatible?
Yeah.
The J rear diffs you can't put in because they don't have viscous couplers. So they,
But could you not just pull all those electronics at the same time if you really wanted it?
well, I don't know, because you'd need a viscous coupler. So you'd have to pull all the electronics,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to run a viscous coupler.
Why'd you have to run a viscous coupler if you use the
Because
full-
that's the way all-wheel drive works in a Honda
But if you're running a
CRV.
full J series driveline, including the rear end,
You said pull all the electronics.
no, I'm saying as in out of the vehicle
pull
they
them out
came
of the
from,
vehicle?
rewire and basically make it all standalone system in the CRV.
Oh, yeah.
To run all
can
that
of worms,
smartness.
but yeah, absolutely.
Like the
Oh, of course it's a
If you
can of
got
worms.
the money and time, you can certainly do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the better end. I think the better solution would be figuring out how to 4-link the rear end with the solid beam and just getting a customer gear made with it, and then do a viscous coupler in line too, which is still what I want to do.
Easier.
I want a
Interesting choice of words.
I still want to 4-link my CRV.
Interesting choice of words. Oh, you said it was better, not easier. Yeah.
I think better solution.
Okay.
But no, I mean, like I assume. Never mind. I was thinking something else at the top of my head at the same time. You could do J to K though, because ground clearance isn't an issue on a CRV. You can do a K series transmission. You're just gonna break it all the time, I assume. But you could do J to K adapter plate.
People do that all the time with the Element.
Oh, they do the J to K adapter plate, and
Yep.
they do that.
Yep.
Because that's probably the real answer for doing the most affordable
Sure.
all-wheel
absolutely.
drive J swap
Yes.
CRV.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because that with the adapter plate and still the cost of the transmission
Yeah.
is probably cheaper than if we're talking manual to
Well, you
manual.
already have the transmission.
Not in an RD1, they're B.
Oh, that's right. You do a K. You're
So you
correct.
do a K, but that's got to be cheaper than sourcing a manual all-wheel drive J series
Oh, yeah,
transmission.
sure.
Because what?
And plus, it'll fit in the car. The J series manual is huge.
Big.
Yeah, I remember looking at the one we
Yeah.
have. But I think J to K, because even if the starter's on the bottom, who cares in a CRV? They're not short even stock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You have to do
plenty-
weird stuff with the exhaust, though. Because that's where the exhaust goes.
Yeah.
So you need to wrap it over top of the transmission.
I mean, to be fair though, like on my CRV, it doesn't. You don't think you could just go to an oval pipe to go underneath that starter?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think go bash it. But yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skid plates. That's what skid plates are
Yeah.
made for.
Yeah. Skid plates. Oh,
So when you hit something with your skid plate, does that leave a skid mark?
yes.
In your shorts if you hit it hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can't see everything.
Oh here, Gilly.
Good source
You
to
might
upgrade
you
steering
might get
suspension.
lucky and only have that one rod problem. So good luck,
Yes.
Gilly. Good source to upgrade steering suspension on EF Civic hatch. Control arm, knuckles, brakes, etc. Hit a curb.
Yeah.
Can't let her be told.
As long as
Well-
the suspension pickup points are straight.
Yeah, that's the problem.
A lot of times you end up.
If you hit a curb, I know from experience, I didn't hit a curb, but I bought a car that I didn't know it had hit a curb, and on my 91
Honda
CRX, my 91 SI, and yeah, you have to make sure that the control arms and the knuckles especially, they get bent easily, because they're
Yeah.
so spindly. So you gotta be
The subframe
certain
too,
when you
because it has
do that.
the subframe has those ears that drop down,
Yeah.
and you hit it just right. You can
Right,
bend them
they
if
bend
you
them,
land
right,
on them,
so-
fold.
Yeah, you gotta make sure all the supporting stuff is straight before you start bolting on new parts. And as far as like the control arms, the knuckles, and all that stuff goes, 88 to 91, basically all the same for the Civic. Not for the CRX, because sometimes you can get the HF stuff, which is, you don't want that. So, but it's out there, you just have to kind of look around for it.
So let's look at that guy's channel because Eric says there is a guy actually that has a J swapped RD1 basis. He thinks it's a 5-speed possibly.
Yeah,
Is there an older?
No.
yeah.
Well, I'll be interested. We'll go look at that. RD1.
Yeah.
5-speed. I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll go look at it. See what's up with it.
Well, if it's a J, it could be with the adapter plate, because that would be the 5-speed CRV.
Yeah,
transmission.
which is probably what would
Yeah,
make sense.
Probably makes sense.
Here's a question for Vic.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, but
Boss.
EVs are going away. Sorry. You know, look at what's going on with all the regulatory stuff. I mean, all the companies are backing off the pure EV stuff now because the government changed the rules again.
Could
I'll
change
give
it
it 4
back.
years. to
Well, I
change it
understand.
back.
Yeah,
But, I mean-
the thing is that there's I believe there's too much momentum for our government to have, in the next 2.5 years or 3 years, have that kind of influence.
Well, I don't know.
You know.
I just been looking at what's going on, and they're all going to the hybrids seem to be the better way that they're going, but who knows? But as far as strictly EVs, I mean, we'll see.
Sorry, but what do you think about them creating a different brand for it? I mean, it's
Was
like
it
with,
that Afila thing? That thing that they
don't they
did
make
with
sport
Sony?
shoes?
That's Fila.
Didn't you say Fila?
Afila.
I don't feel it.
What? Okay.
No, that collaboration they did with Sony, and they had that EV.
Oh, interesting. They're doing weird collabs because they collaborated with GM. That didn't last.
Right.
Yeah, we got the
Prologue.
Prologue,
Yeah.
And then
which is not a good.
Which is
car.
a Blazer. I think it's the Blazer.
yeah. So what would be the? I mean,
But I mean, it makes sense
because
because
they don't bring the Honda E to the
That,
U.S. and see
that
what.
probably would have been the one that
crash
ran.
standards, maybe.
I doubt it.
Maybe
I'm
they
sure
were afraid
crash
they'd
fine.
sell too many. They couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be. Could be like,
Oh,
we don't want to make that many.
But what do you think about them if they gave it a different name? I mean, like when.
You mean like
what-
Acura?
Well,
Like their luxury
or like a
line, they
third
would
one.
have an EV
Yeah.
line?
Which would be a bad thing because I'd have to explain to less people that no, we don't like those. Which, that's not real Honda.
okay. Gilly asked, what would happen if the ears are bent?
You have to replace subframes.
Subframe has to be replaced.
Yeah.
So, again, anytime you
What
cut-
about if the
that'd be
shock
tough to
top
straighten.
bent in?
That
What is it
doesn't
about the shock
happen.
top bent?
That doesn't happen.
well,
You hit hard enough, that'll happen. I've seen it
well,
happen.
usually the
I've seen people hit curbs hard enough to like move like shock towers and stuff.
Again,
Like those you'd have to pull out.
Yeah.
so Gilly, the best thing to do is you have to take it to somebody, an ICANN specialist. That's ICAAN. The frame straightener people, they can put it on the rack and they can tell you if anything is bent in terms of the subframe
Yeah.
rails and
And it's
stuff.
an EF, so front
Yeah,
front subframe too, technically. Or
right. So
whatever
you have
track.
to, you have to check all that stuff, unfortunately. Otherwise, the car's gonna, possibly go down the road crooked. So,
Like
Or you just-
framing the car.
yeah.
Or you get enough adjustable parts on that you can just get it straight
Well,
like my Prelude
right,
back
but
in the
you
day.
So
gotta,
you can get this. Yeah, you can get it straightish enough.
Yeah.
Straight enough that it drives straight.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
So Josh asking about the super meet in Peoria on October 5th.
October 5th. I saw that the other day.
Pisses me off that the CRV is manual in Europe and not in the U.S. But that's because U.S. drivers are a bunch of wusses.
That's true. So Josh was saying something about a super meet on October 5th at Peoria
Yeah.
Speed
Yeah,
Complex.
well, that's the day after the, oh no, I'm sorry, that's the next weekend.
Wait,
was thinking
isn't
about
October 5th, is that Japanese Classic Car Show? Or is that the weekend after?
That's the
Yeah.
weekend after, and then the weekend after that's the Honda one.
The Honda one was the 11th. I think.
18th.
Oh, so that is.
No, the 18th is Honda.
Yeah, so the 11th is
October 18th is Honda.
Oh.
Japanese
Cars.
classic car show.
So, okay, so the 11th is Japanese Classic Car Show.
In Long Beach?
Yeah,
Oh,
we were talking about going to that this year.
okay. I haven't been to that in a while.
That is such a good show.
It is.
Yeah, if any of you are near it, you should go to Japanese Classic Car Show. That's an
Long-
absolutely beautiful show.
Long Beach, they moved it from the Queen Mary because they ran out of room. So now it's over on the shore side. There's a big park there that they.
Can we at least still see the ocean from there?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's right
good.
there. Yeah.
I haven't been since it was like next to the Queen Mary,
No,
and that was always
I
lovely.
went to the first year where they had it out on shore because they got too many cars. So I can't keep track of all the shows. Okay, what is this?
It sounds like Vic wants to go too. Okay,
Yeah.
we might be going.
So is he talking about the Peoria show, or is he
Yeah,
talking
he's
about?
probably talking about the Peoria.
He's
show.
talking about
Yeah.
the Peoria show
Oh, yeah.
on the 5th.
Although he could, yeah, I mean, he could also be in the classic car show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a few miles from his
think
house.
so. Last year was just a few months ago.
USDM Super Meet? That doesn't sound like. Oh, it's Japanese cars according to these photos.
Oh, interesting. Well, we'll look into it. I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll look into
Yeah,
it.
it popped up on my Facebook feed. the other
Vendor
day.
booth, 10 by 10 for $400.
Ah,
Just
We'll just go visit.
Just cause customs. Will the K series be happy if it's leaned back 16 to 18 degrees to fit a custom build?
What?
They lean backwards at 15 degrees already.
Oh.
So you'd be a third.
So if you're doing it an additional,
Yeah, I think he means an additional
Ooh.
16. Do you mean additional from where they're at now? Just
probably
discuss
have to
customs?
figure out something to do with the sump. You might have difficulty
You
scattering
might have
oil.
to dry sump it or something like that to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah,
Well, wouldn't that put the transmission like,
He said, yeah, an additional 16 to 18 degrees.
that would put the bottom of that transmission in a wrong,
Yeah, you're not gonna get any oiling on the transmission at that point either. I
well, you're
assume,
not gonna have
right?
enough oil in it because
Gonna leak
in
out the
order to
axle
fill it
seals.
up enough, it would have to
Well,
cover
maybe
the drive shaft.
maybe it's
for
going to
you.
a real drive application. He didn't say what it's for.
Yeah.
So only engine, not worrying about transmission. You probably have to
So-
at least dry it.
Yeah, so people lean those forward 10 degrees from vertical. That's what a lean kit is.
Gangsta lean.
So I don't
16 to 18 degrees back.
16 to 18 degrees more back. That's
so
pretty
now
significant.
it's 30 degrees.
Yeah, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, that's
So
Yeah.
you're probably going to wind up having
Oh,
to dry something water.
Here he has, right down here,
Mid-engine classic.
mid-engine classic mini.
So would you be using the K-series transmission also? Because at that point, you probably that ring gear is not going to be picking up enough oil probably. And
Why would it have to be lead
all the
back
oil's gonna-
that additional 16 to 18 degrees?
Or you're leaning it back 16 to 18 degrees because it already
said
leans
he
back
is.
15.
No, he said additionally. He said
Additional-
yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't-
why would it need to be that
So that's,
much?
now you're leaning it back almost, basically
Is he trying to?
30 degrees.
Is he trying to fit underneath an engine cover or something like that so you can't see it out the windows or something?
Yeah,
like
it's
that?
not gonna like that.
Yeah.
It's, the oiling is gonna be the issue. You're gonna have to dry something.
You're gonna spend
Well,
thousands
not just
on
the
dry
dry sump, but what about the transmission itself too?
You're gonna have to make an adapter plate so you can run the transmission flat, because otherwise it's gonna be really tall. It's gonna make it significantly taller, because if you think about the way the engine sits, if you
Yeah.
drive it, if you tilt the whole thing back,
Right,
you're basically, dropping the transmission, so.
right, that's what I'm saying,
you're-
yeah.
You're winding up making it taller, so.
Oh,
that would
I
be-
see what you mean, yeah, cause the transmission will now be hanging
yeah,
down
you
further.
basically got a triangle, you're like
Yeah, okay.
making more, because right now that arm on the triangle from the back of the head to the back of the transmission is like this. If you tilt it more, now that's gonna be more straight
Longer,
up
right,
and down, so
yeah.
it's longer.
Right, okay.
It's a longer orientation.
You guys are going to H Day this weekend, aren't you?
What?
Yes.
You guys are going to H Day this weekend, aren't you?
Yes, we're leaving Friday morning.
Oh,
What is H Day and where, just in case people don't know?
Oh, we are going to
Famoso.
H Day this weekend. It's in
Bakersfield.
Famoso, which is north of Bakersfield. Famoso Raceway.
I ain't going back to
And,
Bakersfield.
yeah, it's like just north of Bakersfield in California. We'll be there.
It's the first H day in the West.
Right,
Just because Custom said, okay, I'll adjust my problems to somewhere else in the build, thanks.
Yeah, somebody else has already done a J in a first gen, although it's
Mid-engine.
extremely tight. Oh, they're doing mid-engine, wow.
Did you, yeah, the mid-engine classic mini.
yeah.
Well, then height isn't an issue in that because you're inside the car. But still, leaning back that far, with a dry sump, you could do it. But again, the transmission's gonna have a problem.
Right.
So you need to want to have some more adapter plate for it.
Yeah, it sounds like the problems are gonna have to move elsewhere, honestly, if you want it to be a safe, long-lasting engine.
Yep.
And transmission.
Gilly, what's the easiest way to knock out and replace trailing arm bushings? 92 EG hatch. Do it the energy suspension way and burn them out and slap them in.
Press.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you can do that. You could.
I found burning them out really easy. with
Yeah,
the
you can
gas
burn
torch.
them out on that, because if you're not, depending on what you're replacing it with, if you're replacing with a stock style one, then you're gonna have to push the whole
Press the
metal
whole
out.
Yeah.
outer sleeve.
Okay,
yeah, press
if
the
you're
outer
doing,
sleeve.
if you're doing a urethane bushing, then that metal sleeve stays in there and you can burn out the rubber and
Yeah,
with a
and
torch.
that's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's not too hard.
Cut out a good chunk of it and then burn the edges out.
Right,
Yeah.
use a press to push the polyurethane back in place.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, how much easier is it drop the engine from below versus, or how much easier swap the engine from below versus drop in from the top on D16 Y7 and the AG chassis?
Always easier to go to the bottom,
Yeah, just drop it out the
but
bottom.
it requires certain tools. So,
Like a lift.
lift makes it easy, but I don't know if you ever saw the video of Sally doing hers basically with a jack. She just like slid it underneath and then lifted it up.
Oh, and use like an engine jack, an
Yeah.
engine hoist to lift the
Yeah,
front of the car
lift
up?
it back up. No, she jacked up the front of the car and had it on jack stands.
Yeah,
And then she slid the motor in through the wheel opening,
Oh, through the wheel opening.
Yeah.
Just took
Oh,
the knuckle
yeah.
off and just
From
slid
the
it through
side.
the wheel opening.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And then
interesting.
she like dropped the car back down and then lifted the motor into place and bolted.
Because I've seen somebody do it with like an engine hoist before,
Yeah,
and
so
actually
you
lift
look
your
that
car.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lift the whole front.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if a lot of times it's easier.
Or dig a
obviously,
hole in the
if
ground.
there's- If you don't have the spindle in place,
Mhm.
if spindle lower control arm out there, then you can easily slide it in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, if you got the car all apart.
But honestly, if it's an EG, EK, you can drop it in from the top. Just be careful, take the throttle body off it. Can't tell you how many times I've watched people smash their throttle
body.
position sensor into the
Yeah.
firewall when
Yeah.
moving shit around. Last D-series. No, just kidding.
Picked it up by hand and put it in the bay on a pallet.
There you go.
Okay.
And then
you
put the
then
trans
put the
on it.
trans on it. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
funny.
If there's nothing in the front of the car, you can just
Right, yeah.
muscle it up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. A lot of through the wheel oil.
Yeah, I used to do them at my house, swaps at my house, as Vic said earlier in the discussion. I had a scissor lift that I'd use, and it was just tall enough I'd made these low carts, and I would just roll the engine down, and take all the wheel
Yeah.
out of the car, and then lower the car
I think
down.
Harbor Freight still
Bolted
sells scissor lifts for not a bad price.
Hmm.
If you're doing a lot of car work, it's not a bad thing to invest in your garage.
Yeah.
Because you can also then just store them underneath whoever's car's stock ride height.
Yeah.
Scissor lifts are way underrated. More people should own those in their garages.
All the way forward across the lift points.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
That's true.
Right. Yep. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, to add the 4x4. Yeah. 4x4. Josh is talking about a 4x4 piece of wood.
Yeah.
J. Hicks Garage.
So it raises it 4 inches, and you can put a jack under there and get it really super high.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it that way.
I bought a full manual K24 swap from an Element. It came with harness and ECU. I would like to put it in my EK as a harness and ECU garbage. Probably not. If it's like an 05 harness, which would be tunable by K-Tuner, then you can use that ECU, that harness, and then you can actually tune with that as well. If it's an 06, 07, then that becomes drive-by-wire. Again, you can use it, although it's a little bit more work because you have to do drive-by-wire stuff. But to answer your question, basically no. That's the chicken bacon ranch pizza from Quick Trip. Kyle Canal is asking.
It's not bad, although they had a little traveling on the toppings towards the middle of the pizza.
Yeah,
Got it.
But it was pretty good.
it was pretty good.
How do you think it
for
felt
fat,
working?
not bad for fast food.
How do you think it felt working at Quick
Or
Trip
for
when you
gas
suddenly
station.
found out that you also had to be a fast food worker?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Quick Trip has like the best checkout people ever, but imagine being like,
Do they swap back and forth?
But they have
yeah, they know.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen them swap back and forth.
Oh,
But just like imagine being like, you went from I just gotta check people out and stock stuff to like, by the way, you're now a cook too. I don't really want to do that.
oh.
You know,
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
they're
It's just-
generally staffed well enough.
Oh,
where,
yeah. You go into-
they have specific people back there.
you go into Quick Trip at 3 a.m. and there's 4 or 5 people working there.
You go into
Like-
Circle K and there's
There's
Two
maybe
people.
one
two
person.
people and one of them's out having a cigarette break.
Or there's no people and they're the one, or there's one person, they're out having a cigarette break, they tell you to use the self-checkout, that doesn't work half the time.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day.
It actually works really well most of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And I love that most people are scared of it because I tend to just like hop the entire line.
That's what I do. Every time I stop in Yuma at the same Circle K, throw my stuff on there, even if there's a bunch of people waiting, because like
Is
they're paying
Is that,
cash.
is that the Circle K on 4th Street or whatever it is?
No,
You come off
it's-
I-8 and go
no,
across the
it's,
river? Oh,
What is it, Araby?
oh,
However you say that
I don't know
road.
that one. Oh, huh.
It's
okay.
on the Phoenix side of Yuma.
Oh, okay. Alright.
But
Okay, VTEC law. Any ideas what could be causing a voltage drop at higher RPMs in my K-swap EK? I have checked all the grounds. The alternator is high performance. K-Pro shows it's just nosediving under 11 volts.
What RPM is it doing it? Higher RPM, like over $4 grand, over $3 grand. What is it? What's the RPM it's
12,000
doing?
RPM.
Can you put a voltmeter on the alternator and have somebody rev it up and see if the voltage actually drops at the alternater, not at the K-Pro?
Right.
If it's not dropping at the alternator, then it's probably a connection problem somewhere, like a loose pin fit or something. The higher RPM, there's probably more vibrations, and therefore it makes it worse. You might also check your
Well, if
it would
it's-
be a connection
if
with the connector itself.
If it's doing it at
Possibly.
the alternator, it's one of the rectifiers is not
Right,
working properly, and so it
exactly.
needs to be replaced.
What secret projects?
Secret projects.
There's no secrets here.
There's none.
I mean, I've got, what things do I have? God, I got so many things.
This is not Area 51.
It's not that we want to keep them secret, it's that we don't want to tell people what they are. 'Cause then they
until they're
start expecting
until they're
it.
done. Until they're done.
And then,
Every video. What about X, Y, and Z?
yeah,
Because
exactly.
then they start expecting an emo killer or
Yeah.
something.
What about that one? You guys got an NSX? When the K-swap miles coming for that?
Okay. Best Civic chassis for a race car.
Probably the EG or EK.
What kind of
Sedan.
what kind of race car?
There's only one kind of real racing, and it's road racing.
Road racing. But I just want
Drag racing is peeing in the wind. It's a piston contest at best.
All racing is a contest.
Yes, but at least road racing has a purpose.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
It's
it
just
does.
fast. It's all the same.
It's to go faster than somebody else around the scene.
The only difference, the difference is
How you do it.
it's how you do it. Whether or not turning involved.
Okay, speaking of road racing,
Road raging.
one of my customers, Eric Cotillo, he won again this last weekend.
Yeah, I'll watch his videos.
Beat the Corvette. That's his nemesis, that Corvette. He's always battling out with this Corvette.
Mhm.
And who would have thought 10 years ago, a Civic? No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
No, you
10
wouldn't.
years ago,
No,
it was only
10
2015.
I know, but
10 years ago, I was beating
Yeah.
Vipers in my freaking
Thank you.
CRX.
well, I
No,
know
that was 20
but-
years
but-
ago.
Yeah, but not in heads-up racing.
Yeah,
though.
but the deal is, it's a heavily
Grid Life does a
Heavily-
really good job at balancing.
balanced
Yeah, I know.
thing,
But I
so
mean-
that they have restrictions and weight limits.
I know.
But I agree. The
Well-
fact that somebody came up with a rule set that actually makes it for competitive
Right, for, yeah.
racing with that huge array of vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. The guy,
Yeah.
I think Eric's got that, his copy of a JCC
Yeah.
car. Yeah, he's done a great job on that thing. And then he's racing against, I think it's a C6 Corvette.
Mhm.
I think it's a C6.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's a C6 Corvette. I mean, who'd have thought that a Civic, even though it's heavily modified and he's done all that stuff to it, can compete with a C6 Corvette. It's just great to see. I like it anyway.
It is 7:30, by the way.
It reminds me of back in the day. It would be the Integras versus I don't know what model of BMW, but they were like 3 Series
Right, yeah.
BMWs.
Or the back when Cunningham was racing the TSX.
And all the BMWs.
Yeah,
were
from 05 into
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought that was happening? But I mean, with the right engineering, the right drivers, and it's possible.
Quality prep and
Yep, exactly. So
True, he did. He went up in weight and so he could get bigger tires, and then he was able to go up in horsepower as well.
right.
So head up
oh, what series are we commenting on? Grid Life.
Grid Life. Yeah.
Yeah, Grid Life.
That-
GT. It's GT.
JGTC.
No.
No.
Japanese Grand-
I'm sorry. GTC. Grid Life Touring
Cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Grid Life, you search Grid Life, you'll find it.
Yeah.
GLTC.
Look for-
GLTC.
yeah,
Yes,
look-
they're
look-
Grid Life. GLTC.
Look for Eric's Civic. It's white, mainly white with green.
It's a sedan. It's
It's a
badass.
sedan. Oh yeah, he's done a great
Which
job.
I thought
in
the
that
sedan
car.
chassis were better because they were stiffer.
They're stiffer, and that's why.
Because the hatches are the worst because they have the worst aerodynamics.
Yeah, right.
Coupes are good, but the
Feel like
sedans
a
are
Roger coupe.
stiffer normally, right?
Yeah, but if you got a roll cage, it's different.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
and on those JCC.
So might we choose Integra sedan over Integra coupe when back in the day when we built our H1 car? Because that
We
was
had
also
one.
available. We had one. Okay, that's what I thought.
Because honestly,
There's not a big
the
difference between
two-door is better aero.
on the sedan, on
Yeah,
the integrity
than
of
the
these.
sedan.
Well, they clarified for the best Civic chassis for a race car for time attack.
Yeah, it is GLTC.
Well, okay,
CRX, Mighty Mouse,
Best Civic.
it's a Civic.
Yeah, this is Civic. I don't know, once you go EK coupe, because you can get the most tire underneath it without having to go. I mean, it depends on the rule set you're going for too.
Yeah.
Because look at William
Okay.
Young's car. He did it in what you would think would be the worst handling Civic.
Yeah.
You
2012
know,
Civic.
a 2012 Civic. You know, but with enough power and enough tire, you can make anything handle because the suspension doesn't need to move that much if you got enough tire.
Yeah.
You know.
And if you got a lot of downforce, you're not gonna have a lot of suspension travel. You're gonna be running super stiff springs. Well, if you go to where the fastest time attack cars are, which is in Australia, there's a really fast Civic Coupe. There's a couple of really fast Integras. They're two-door, and then the fastest of all the Hondas is Mighty Mouse, which is a CRX. So that's kind of what it is. I mean, EG hatchbacks are fine. They get great suspension, but they're not aerodynamically. They're a little bit.
But depending on what class you're in, you can
Right.
get crazy with it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you're still never gonna get as clean air into the rear wing with a hatch. I mean, you can because you just put the wing up higher and higher.
Look at Vic says he pisses off Corvettes all the time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you.
I'm sure he does.
That was like the best thing about track days back when we just go to track days because there's always guys in like Corvettes and Mustangs
Yeah,
and things like that.
sure.
And, like
Yeah.
my favorite in car still is chasing down a V10 R8 in my beat up Prelude.
A V10 R8.
Audi R8,
Yeah.
one of the V10 ones. I was
Yeah.
chasing down my beat up Prelude
Yeah.
and just having like he had the custom Audi fingerless driving gloves came out the window to give me the point by because we're at like a regular track day.
Yeah.
So I was being nice. I didn't want to pass the 150 whatever they cost
Yeah.
$1,000 car in my
Yeah.
my primer black Prelude. But I got I had the video and you can see like the nice little Audi driving gloves and everything pointing by. And you're like, yeah, okay.
My favorite. Why not a K20 head on a K24 Sears all-wheel drive turbo built?
Ooh, 5 pounds. Thanks, Crofter.
I mean, why not?
Because you're already
That's
stuffing
pretty
air
good.
down it, you don't need that much better. Are the
Yeah.
K20 heads any better for you than like a TSX head?
That's no, not necessarily.
So there's no better,
The best head is honestly the CRV head because you can port it with bigger ports. That's the best head because its water ports are very small. There's a lot more room to port. So all the big drag cars use that.
Use CRV heads.
But
Because
But
there's
the
still
K20 head on with a K24 bottom end is absolutely fine. All-wheel drive turbo for drag racing, for road racing, I'm not so sure the all-wheel drive's the ticket. So we'll have to see somebody start kicking everybody's ass all-wheel drive in time attack or hill climb or something like that.
Yeah, because
Be
there have
interesting.
been plenty of builds, like people have tried it, but nobody has just won with it.
Did we actually answer his question or not?
Who?
The head.
Oh.
Because I can't remember what he's building his turbo car for. He was somewhere in Europe. Was it a time attack car or what?
He's in England. He's in the UK.
UK.
So the best floating head off the just stock is they're all the good
pretty similar.
TSX is the good all the good VTEC heads are
Yeah,
similar.
the TSX head.
And if you're already going turbo, you're forcing airs down
Yeah,
the throat
so
anyways. It doesn't.
It's not as
A
important.
few percent isn't going to make that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Makes difference when you're trying to make over 1,200 horsepower.
Well, again, he doesn't.
Not it.
And he doesn't say what K24 is
600.
using. Is he using a Z3? What is he using?
Well, we had already given him suggestions earlier. I
Oh,
think,
Yeah, the
on that.
K24 bottom end, you want to use the
Do they even
Accord
have a
or TSX
K24
bottom.
E2? They do, right? In Europe?
Yeah, although it may be something different, but they have 3-lobe VTEC there.
K24.
Yeah.
I thought everything was like 2 liter and under for tax purposes or whatever, or insurance.
No, they can
Oh.
have big ones, but yeah, most of them are smaller.
Here's can't fit again. We were talking about your
Yeah,
car,
about your 220 horsepower.
212 horsepower
212 horsepower
fit. I saw your
fit engine.
Your B1.
Yeah, I saw your build stuff on Facebook the other day when I was scrolling through
That's
the
impressive.
fit page, Yeah.
What's under the hood in that CRV? Oh, this one right here? This is just, at the moment, it's just a B20.
It has a B18 head.
It does have an LS head in it.
LS head, that's right.
Yeah.
But we were supposed to start the case swap in another week or so. Whether or not that'll happen, it's probably gonna get delayed as everything does.
Right.
But
Because we have a case swap too.
Acura Lover 82, yes, it's a direct bolt into the CRV block.
like every couple days.
No secrets, no secrets.
Anybody have any experience with Merc Racing? It's Kyle.
Oh, the Superchargers?
I think
Tage does.
Is that what Tage is using, the Merc
Yeah,
Racing?
Merc, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hear a lot of good things, but man, the prices are just so high. I can never justify that.
And the supercharged Honda strip, everybody loves them. Like,
Oh, yeah.
makes about
They're using the TVS
Finally runs on all
turbos
cylinders,
and,
yes.
and boosting them pretty high. They work well.
It was running on 3.5 cylinders for a long time. It was perfectly fine.
It was. It would clean up to 4 cylinders under enough load. Just saying, like to idle on all 4.
What do you want for a $50 car? Was it $50? No, that was the
No,
That was the element.
That
I
was
bought the element for
yeah.
120.
Okay, sorry.
This one wasn't horrible price.
This one's 1500?
I think it was like 1500 or something.
Yeah,
Oh.
15 or 16.
Crofter, Scottish mechanic living in Portugal. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Street track rally.
Interesting.
If you're going turbo, you're gonna be forcing enough air down that just using a whatever your version of the good K24 is head with the block is gonna probably be absolutely fine. If
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
gonna force air down.
street
So
track rally, you're not gonna want more than 400 horsepower.
Probably
so-
not. Yeah.
So you're good with any of the heads.
specifically the manifold for the Jackson Racing Supercharger.
You must ask the question.
Oh, the
You
Merc
guys have any
Merc
experience
Racing.
with Merc Racing?
Yeah, you already
Oh.
you already talked about that.
The Merc Racing
No,
manifold for the Jackson.
Oh.
I do not have any.
No,
I'm assuming that's the intake manifold that the throttle body, I'm sure it works well because it's pretty much dead straight.
Well, I think they make like an aftercooler plate that goes in there, like a whole manifold
Yeah.
basically.
It goes- right.
They're basically throwing their blower
I don't
onto
think
a
that's
whole
what he's
new.
talking about.
Right. That's
Yeah,
what I think.
maybe it is.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about because it's like a whole new like intake runners, everything
Specifically the manifold.
Yeah.
with like an aftercooler and everything like that.
Yeah, it's got ports for the water cooled
Yeah,
charge thing. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not a Legend, that's a DA Integra. Or DB,
Oh.
whatever. it is.
DB1.
DB1.
Sort
Integra.
of, sort of looks like a Legend.
It does, the taillights make it look like a Legend.
And when they're hatchbacks, they look like S13s.
That's true.
From a distance, I was like, especially back in the day when
Is that a tech? Oh no, it's an S13.
I can't tell you how many times on the freeway at night you're like cruising up past it, like, oh, S13 or DA, and you're trying to get closer, and you're like, oh, never mind. I've had S13 guys do the same thing coming up to me too.
I'll be honest with you,
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Seriously?
You've never mistaken them, or you've never
No,
seen one?
Never done that. Oh, is that an S13 or is that a Legend or
A
an
DA?
Integra? No, sorry, I've never done that.
Oh.
Oh man, you haven't lived. So you've done that.
Is it done yet? It runs fairly well. We're just finishing up some things on it, Vic.
Yeah.
But it's very close to being.
Yeah, it's very close. Needs to go to the dyno next.
It runs, but it's not street drivable yet.
You know, maybe we'll take that tomorrow because what's the name wants to postpone. So, all right. So that Honda guy, I have a '97 Civic with factory manual rack. I'd like to swap K20. What options for engine mounts would you recommend? Street track use. All right. I recommend Hasport's EKK1 or EKK2 kit with 62 urethane. But here's the difference between the two of them. If you want to buy the minimal amount of parts, you use the EKK1 kit because you can use your factory subframe and manual rack. If you want more room up front and want to be able to mount the engine slightly higher, then use the EKK2 kit. Then you have to also go find a manual rack and subframe from an EG and put that in. So, just depends on what you want to do. You want to save a few bucks, although your engine's going to sit a little bit lower and sit a little bit farther forward, or if you want something that's a little bit better and allows you to get a little more ground clearance and keep the oil pan safer, then I would do the EKK2 kit. But you're going to have to buy the rack and subframe and should get lower control arms from a 92.5 Civic.
It is 740 by the way now.
Time to go.
I need to go to the
To
restroom.
be honest, you ever look at lawnmowers and say, yeah, we can mount a cam in it? I look at all sorts of stuff and say, yeah, we can mount a cam. Not just lawnmowers.
Lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started looking at Suburbans again, going, I
That
could be okay
CRV
with
is manual.
This CRV?
that. No, that CRV's auto.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
It's not
The other one's
second
manual.
gen. The second
Mine's
gen.
manual.
That one's going
That
to be
one's auto.
manual.
This one's gonna be manual. Manual K. Manuel.
Some point.
Manual.
Whenever we have time. Alright, I'm going
2017,
to
Okay.
wrap this up. I'm gonna go find a restroom.
I once sold a 94 EG hatch for 1600 with a B16A swap, matching trans.
Yeah.
He regrets it every day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even get us started on that.
So many cars.
Brother.
Actually, I still have all the cars. I just need to get them all running again.
Which will happen when? Never.
Slowly.
Yeah, I forget what I did with my.
I'm probably gonna, I'm only 67 years old, so I'll
So you
probably
got-
have
you
another,
got
I probably have another 30 years to get them all
like
going.
at least another 30 days.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Oh, now
another
he's gonna do it out of spite.
Another 30
Watch
years.
it. Now you're gonna do 30 more
30
years. out of spite.
years. Yeah. Okay.
He's doubting you.
Just like my grandma and my mom and her grandma.
Okay.
30 years from now, he's gonna be standing over your grave. He's gonna be like, "How you like me now, bitch?"
You will be long forgotten, as is most everything.
He was like,
What? What was I?
"Fast brakes.
What was
What's
I?
fast brakes?
What was I doing yesterday? I can't remember.
Why do my brakes need to be fast?"
Okay. Are we done now?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Even though, yeah, we're down to 50.
See,
We built it back up
Nice.
though.
I seem to be the only one wearing the requisite attire again.
He's gotta be a VTEC
That's,
Academy shirt.
that's not a.
That's not available in the store right now because all those have free shipping and it would mess up the shipping on all the other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were getting hosed for a while until we figured that out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Losing money?
But yeah,
It
opposite
was
of
like
making
a hobby for a while.
Yeah, well.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. We're gonna call it quits for this evening. We are sadly tired.
Couple of weeks?
Ready to go home. Yeah, 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Okay.
If everybody's up in Formosa Raceway this weekend, stop by, say hi.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Thanks again.
Okay.
Y'all want some pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah.